Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the end of week one of the Actors Arsenal Move from Fear to Fuck It 14-day mini course. You know what? Let me just check on Facebook. It looks like we're not getting a picture. Stand by. I'm going to end it and restart it. If you're on Facebook, can you just give me a holler if you can see me? Because I can be seen on Zoom. All right, I'm going to keep going and hope for the best. All right, so as I'm starting today, what I want to focus on is a couple of questions. One from, actually they're both from one of our clients who has been involved with the Dream Unlock for a while, and that's from Antoinette. And Antoinette asked a really, really excellent question, which was, how do you get rid of that horrible feeling in the pit of your stomach when you walk into the room? What do you do with that energy? You know what? I'm going to end this video. Stand by. Sorry that I'm having some technical problems, but I don't like that I'm not seeing my screen. I'll be right back. Okay, now I see a picture. Much better. All right, again, I'm just going to start over. This is Hillary Ward from the Dream Unlocked. Welcome to day 7, the end of week 1 on our 14-day Actors Arsenal Move from Fear to Fuck It mini course. And today, before we get started, what I want to do is address what is a really great question from one of our clients, Antoinette, and she's been joining the class live. Hi, Antoinette. So her question is, how do you get rid of that horrible feeling in the pit of your stomach when you walk into the room? What do you do with that energy? And, you know, part of that is having excellent preparation, right? Having an audition ritual, knowing that your script analysis is on point, having good techniques or reliable techniques to make sure that those lines are memorized and that you're really comfortable. But the other really important thing is to understand what's happening in your body and not fight it. I was listening to a really great podcast the other day, and from another teacher who's also an actor who works with mindset, and he happens to be a Zen master and, and feng shui expert. I mean, pretty amazing guy. But he was talking about how he loves to look at athletes as a great comparison of what we go through as actors, about what to do with just what ends up being that natural adrenaline dump. It's like when we go into what is a high stakes or potentially stressful situation, or a situation where we want to perform under specific circumstances, what happens is our body revs up to do it, right? So there are certain chemicals that get dumped into our system because it's getting us ready to perform at a higher level. And what usually happens is we feel our system revving up, and what we do, we have decided that that is a bad thing. We've decided that that's a negative thing. If we start to feel the breath and our heart rate kind of amp up a little bit, and what we do is panic and we say, no, oh shit, this is happening. Oh my gosh, no, I'm getting anxious. I don't want to be anxious. I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to feel this way. And what happens is we block those chemicals from getting to the places that they need to go. And so our body sends more, because it's like, oh no, the chemicals didn't make it where they were supposed to. Your adrenaline isn't getting put where it needs to go in your body. So it dumps even more into your system, and then it puts you in full on panic. And I know that you have had that experience of leaving a room, you've done an audition, you leave the room and you think, I have no idea what the person even looked like who I was reading with. I don't remember their face. I don't remember their voice. I don't remember if it was a man, a woman. I remember nothing except the blood pounding in my own ears. And that is not a good audition, because our entire job is to make sure that we're connecting with the person that we're reading with. We're connecting with the camera, that we're sending ideas, that we are in communication. Okay? So this is something that they've been experimenting with athletes, and I think it's a pretty amazing idea. And it's something that I want to start incorporating into my own auditions when I start to feel those nerves come up. Now, one thing we've already talked about is set an intention. Anytime that I feel like I'm starting to make it about me, I really try to set an intention before I walk into the room that's not about me. So it could be something as simple as, you know, this casting director is taking a chance on me. It is my intention to help her look really smart in front of her boss for bringing me in. Sometimes it is my intention to give voice to the type of woman who I'm portraying in this story. She's a woman that we don't see very much. She doesn't get a lot of attention. So I want to make sure that I'm paying service to her, especially if you're playing a real person, a real historical person. You know, make sure that your intention is about telling their story instead of about doing a good job, getting the job, being impressive, making sure that they know how prepared you are, right? It's not about that. Make it about somebody else. But the other thing that you can do is don't fight your body. Okay, so when you feel that rush of adrenaline come in, instead of having the thought, no, 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 stop, 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 stop. What if you could turn that around and say, my body is doing what it's supposed to do. It's giving me fuel in the tank so I can go in here and I can crush this audition. Thank you. That's great. My body is engaging. My body is doing what it's supposed to. So what if you can feel gratitude that your body is showing up for you in the way that you need it? Then all of the hormones are going to go where they want, and you're not in panic about your body doing what it does naturally. So I want you to try that. That's what athletes are doing. I think it's a really great thing for actors to do. I'm going to start to try to add that to my practice if I feel those nerves coming up when I go into a big audition. Okay, so moving on to today's lesson. So yesterday we talked about enlisting your resources, right? Finding one thing that is at your disposal right now, today, that you can add into your routine that is going to help you achieve your goals. So that could be enlisting a friend, that could be learning a dialect, that could be making sure that you're reading the trades. Whatever it is, there's got to be something that you can take advantage of right in this moment. And that's great. And you've spent this whole week taking the time to identify your goals, to communicate with others about your goals, to identify those tools at your disposal, to introduce some new ones, to figure out how to get those gremlins out of your head and really step forward with confidence. And now what I need you to do is turn outward, okay? Because a major component of our work is the ability to be of service to story, to writer, to character, to community. And I find that when most actors, when most artists really get into trouble, it's because they become too focused on the tiny microcosm that is happening in their heads. And what you need to do, just as you have expressed the places that you need help and ask people the real question and ask for the help that you need to be able to offer that back. So your assignment today is, I want you to identify one way that you can be of service. Now, it could be something as big as volunteering at a shelter or cooking for the homeless in your community, but it doesn't even have to be that. What if you have a girlfriend who is trying to get back into the business after having a baby? Can you watch her kid for a couple of hours so she can go to a casting director workshop? Can you meet her at a commercial audition so she's not stressed out about what she's going to do with the kid while she runs in and does her audition? There are ways that you can show up and support others just in the way that they are happy to support you. So as we round out this week, I want you to connect with others, to be of service, to not be so wrapped up and single-minded on your own goals and the thing that you want for yourself, that you leave everybody else behind. All right, so that's your assignment. I will be back here tomorrow AM, 10 a.m. And then we're going to get into really accessing your arsenal, okay? Remember, this is called the actor's arsenal. An arsenal is just a gathering of resources. It's the resources at your disposal to accomplish a certain goal. So we are going to really dive into what ways you can start to enlist your arsenal as the week in the week coming up. If you have any questions, comments, make sure that you are communicating with me. You can always reach out on the Baddest Actors, Writers, and Dreamers page. You can direct message me there. That's a really great way to get in touch. You can also respond to surveys. One thing that you can always ask, this is what Antoinette responded to, but what are the 2 biggest questions that you have about your acting career? What are those burning questions? What are the things that you really want to know? Because I want to make sure that I address those in our next week together, okay? So thank you so much for joining me this entire week. Thank you for your work. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your generosity with each other. And I will see you back here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Okay, bye everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.